Hello and welcome to our English Conversation podcast. In today's episode, we are having a natural and realistic conversation about our morning routines in English.
This conversation is designed to help you improve your listening skills, learn natural expressions, and understand how English is used in everyday life. So relax, listen carefully, and enjoy the conversation.
Good morning, Jack. Or should I say, good afternoon, because honestly, my morning didn't really start until 11 a.m.
Emma, that's not a morning routine. That's a late decision. What happened?
Okay, listen. My alarm went off at 6:30 a.m. like a responsible adult. I even chose a soft, peaceful sound, birds chirping.
Oh, nature vibes. Very productive.
Yes, but tell me why those birds sounded so fake and annoying at 6:30 in the morning. I literally said out loud, who gave these birds permission?
So what did you do?
I snoozed it. Just once, just 5 minutes, very innocent.
Ah, yes, the famous just 5 minutes. The biggest lie we tell ourselves every morning.
Exactly. 5 minutes turned into 30 minutes, then 30 minutes turned into me dreaming that I was already awake and brushing my teeth.
Wait, you were dreaming about being productive?
Yes, my brain is trying to trick me into thinking I'm responsible. In the dream, I had already exercised, showered, and made breakfast.
That's impressive. Dream Emma is living her best life.
Meanwhile, real Emma was hugging her pillow like it was the love of her life.
So, what finally made you wake up?
Panic. Pure panic. I suddenly remembered I had things to do. I jumped out of bed like an action movie hero.
Did you at least stretch or breathe calmly?
Stretch? Jack, I was negotiating with myself. I was like, okay, Emma, if you stand up right now, you can buy yourself coffee later.
Bribing yourself is a valid strategy.
Thank you. So I rushed to the bathroom, looked at myself in the mirror, and my hair looked like I fought in a storm overnight.
Morning hair has its own personality.
It really does. And that's when I realized something. My morning routine is not peaceful, it's survival.
Same here. My alarm goes off at 6 a.m. and the first thing I do is check my phone.
No, that's dangerous.
I know, but I tell myself, just checking the time. Then suddenly I'm watching short videos of someone cooking pancakes in slow motion.
And now you're hungry before you even brush your teeth.
Exactly. Then I promise myself tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow never comes.
You know what's funny? Every night, I imagine my perfect morning routine. I wake up early, meditate, drink warm lemon water, journal, maybe read a book.
That sounds like someone who has their life together.
Yes, but real life, I wake up late, rush, and eat whatever I can find.
So basically, your morning routine is alarm, snooze, panic, speed.
Correct. And sometimes coffee, regret, repeat.
You know what? I think most people are like that. Social media shows perfect mornings, but reality is messy.
Exactly. And maybe that's okay. Maybe the goal isn't a perfect morning. Maybe it's just waking up and surviving.
I like that. Morning routine, survival edition.
That should be the title of this episode.
Honestly, though, do you think having a better morning routine would change your whole day?
That's a good question. I think it might. But first, I need to win the battle against my alarm clock.
Step 1, stop trusting the snooze button.
That snooze button is not my friend. It's a trap.
So tomorrow morning, Emma versus snooze button. Who wins?
Let's be honest. Snooze button is undefeated.
Okay, Emma, serious question. After you finally wake up, what's the very first thing you do?
Honestly, I sit on the edge of my bed and just exist.
Exist?
Yes, I just sit there staring at the wall like I'm buffering. My brain is loading.
So you're basically a computer restarting.
Exactly. Windows update. Do not turn off your human.
That's me too. Sometimes I question everything at 7 a.m. Like, why do mornings even exist?
Right? And then comes the most important decision of the day.
Coffee?
Coffee.
See, for me, coffee is not a drink, it's a personality.
Yes, pre-coffee Jack and post-coffee Jack are two different people.
Pre-coffee Jack doesn't speak. He communicates in slow blinks.
Pre-coffee Emma is dangerous. If someone talks to me too early, I just nod and hope they don't ask a follow-up question.
So what's your coffee routine?
Okay, so I walk into the kitchen like a zombie. I open the fridge even though I know coffee is not inside the fridge.
Why do we always check the fridge first?
I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping a magical breakfast appears overnight.
Imagine opening the fridge and seeing pancakes already made.
Don't give me false hope, Jack.
So then what?
Then I make my coffee slowly. Sometimes I just stand there watching it brew like it's a beautiful sunrise.
That's peaceful, though.
It is. That might be the only peaceful moment of my morning. The smell of coffee, silence, no responsibilities for 2 minutes.
I like that. My routine is less peaceful. I press the coffee machine button and stare at it like, hurry up, my personality depends on you.
That's real. But here's the thing. Some people say you shouldn't drink coffee immediately after waking up.
Oh no, don't tell me that. Don't ruin my happiness.
They say you should wait a bit.
Wait, Jack. I can't even form a full sentence without coffee.
Same. I once tried drinking water first.
And?
It felt healthy, but also disappointing.
Water doesn't say, good morning, you can do this. Coffee does.
Exactly. Coffee is motivational.
Do you ever talk to your coffee?
I don't talk to it, but I respect it.
That's even better.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Do you check your phone before or after coffee?
Ah, that's dangerous territory.
Be honest.
Sometimes during.
Emma?
I know, but I tell myself I'm just checking messages.
And then?
And then suddenly I'm watching a video of someone reorganizing their closet at 7:15 a.m.
Meanwhile, your own closet is crying for help.
Exactly. And then I compare myself like, wow, they already cleaned their house and ran 5 kilometers.
Social media mornings are fake.
They wake up with perfect hair and sunlight shining beautifully on their face.
Meanwhile, I wake up looking like I survived something. Same. I think real mornings are messy, and maybe that's okay.
You know what I've noticed, though?
What?
On the days I don't rush, when I just sit quietly with my coffee for 5 minutes, my whole day feels calmer.
Really?
Yeah, even if I don't do anything productive, just sitting quietly makes a difference.
Maybe that's the secret. Not a perfect morning, just a small, peaceful moment.
Exactly. Maybe mornings don't need to be dramatic.
Wow, that's deep for someone who was just yelling at a coffee machine.
Growth.
So, tomorrow, are you going to try a calmer morning?
I'll try, but no promises if the snooze button attacks again.
Fair enough. Okay, Jack, we need to talk about something serious.
Uh-oh, that tone sounds dangerous.
The phone. The morning phone habit.
Ah, the glowing rectangle of distraction.
Exactly. Tell me why I say I'll just check one notification and suddenly 25 minutes disappear.
Because phones don't understand the word one.
It's true. I open my phone to check the time, and then I'm reading messages, checking news, scrolling through videos.
And then you forget why you picked it up in the first place.
Yes, I'll literally pause and think, wait, what was I doing?
I've done that too. Sometimes I unlock my phone and just stare at the screen like, now what?
It's like our brains wake up halfway, but our thumbs are fully awake.
Our thumbs are very productive in the morning.
Too productive.
You know what's worse? When you see an email early in the morning that stresses you out.
Oh no, that ruins everything.
Exactly. You wake up peacefully and then boom, responsibility hits you before breakfast.
Yes, suddenly your heart is beating fast and you haven't even brushed your teeth.
That's why some people say you shouldn't check your phone for the first 30 minutes.
30 minutes without my phone? That sounds peaceful and scary at the same time.
Why scary?
Because then I have to sit with my own thoughts.
That's fair.
But honestly, I think the phone changes the mood of the morning. Instead of waking up slowly, we wake up fast.
That's true. It's like starting the day in the middle of a race.
Exactly. No warm-up, just straight into information overload.
So, what would your ideal morning look like without your phone?
I think I would wake up, stretch a little, open the window, maybe let some fresh air in.
That sounds nice already.
Then I'd sit with my coffee, no scrolling, just thinking about the day.
Thinking in a calm way, not in a panic list way.
Yes, not like, I have 50 things to do. More like, okay, what's one good thing I can do today?
I like that. One good thing.
It feels lighter.
You know what I tried once?
What?
I put my phone in another room at night.
That's brave.
I know. I felt like I was camping.
So what happened?
When the alarm rang, I had to physically get up to turn it off.
Oh, smart.
It worked, but I was slightly angry about it.
Because you couldn't crawl back into bed?
Exactly. But once I was standing, I was already awake. No scrolling, no lying there.
Did your morning feel different?
Yeah, slower, more intentional.
See, that's what I want. Not a perfect influencer morning, just intentional.
That's a good word.
But let's be honest. Tomorrow morning, will we really avoid our phones? Be honest.
I'll try, but if someone sends me a funny message, I'm opening it.
Same. We're not perfect. We're just trying.
And maybe that's the whole point of a morning routine. Not perfection, just small improvements.
Exactly. Maybe tomorrow we wake up 5 minutes earlier, or scroll 5 minutes less.
Small wins.
Small wins.
You know what we haven't talked about yet?
What?
Breakfast.
Oh, breakfast. That's a complicated relationship.
Complicated? It's just food.
No, Jack. It's a daily decision. Am I a healthy morning person or a grab anything and run person?
So which one wins most days?
Let's just say my fridge and I are not on the same page.
Explain.
Okay. At night, I imagine future Emma waking up early and making a beautiful breakfast. Eggs, toast, maybe fruit. Very calm, very organized.
Future Emma sounds impressive.
She is. But morning Emma, she opens the fridge and stares like it's a math problem.
Why do we always stare into the fridge like something new will magically appear?
I don't know. I'll open it, close it, then open it again like maybe now there's something exciting.
Same. It's like the fridge is a surprise box.
But it's never a surprise. It's the same eggs, the same bread, the same milk.
So what do you usually eat?
Honestly, some days just coffee.
Emma,
I know, not healthy.
you need fuel.
I tell myself that too, but sometimes I'm not hungry in the morning.
That's fair. I go through phases. Some weeks I'm very healthy. Oatmeal, fruit, maybe even yogurt.
Wow, responsible Jack.
Yes, but then there are days when I just eat a biscuit and call it minimalist breakfast.
Minimalist breakfast is a good name for that.
Or when I say, I'll eat later. And then suddenly it's 1 p.m. and I'm starving.
Yes, and then you overeat because you waited too long.
Exactly. Mornings set the tone.
You know what I love, though? The idea of a slow breakfast on weekends.
Oh, yes.
No alarm, no rushing, just sitting down, maybe making pancakes or something special.
Weekend breakfasts feel different. They feel peaceful.
Because there's no pressure. You're not watching the clock.
That's true. During weekdays, breakfast feels like a race.
Sometimes I'm literally chewing while standing.
I've done that. Eating while putting on shoes.
Exactly. That's not a routine. That's survival mode.
Survival mode again.
But imagine this. You wake up early, stretch, no phone, drink water, make a simple breakfast, sit quietly.
That sounds like a movie.
It does, right?
But maybe it doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe even just sitting for 5 minutes while eating is enough.
I like that. 5 minutes, not rushing.
What's your dream breakfast, though?
Maybe warm toast, scrambled eggs, fresh juice, and no stress.
No stress is the most important ingredient.
Exactly. Food tastes better when you're not anxious.
That's deep.
Thank you. I'm very wise before 10 a.m.
Only after coffee.
True.
So, tomorrow morning, what are you choosing? Coffee only or actual breakfast?
I think I'll try something small. Maybe toast. Maybe I'll sit down while eating instead of running around.
Small improvement.
Small improvement.
I'll try not to call a biscuit a balanced meal.
Please don't.
Deal.
You know what we haven't talked about yet?
What now?
Exercise in the morning.
Oh, that's a dangerous topic. Okay, Emma, exercise in the morning. Be honest. Do you actually do it?
Define do.
Emma.
Okay, fine. Sometimes I think about exercising. Does that count?
No. Thinking is not sweating.
Wow, that was aggressive.
I'm just saying, every night we say tomorrow I'll wake up and work out.
Yes, nighttime motivation is very strong.
Nighttime Jack is an athlete. Morning Jack is a pillow.
That's so accurate.
So what happens when your alarm rings and it's workout time?
My brain suddenly becomes very creative. Emma, your body needs rest. Emma, today should be a recovery day. Emma, you deserve peace.
Your brain is your personal lawyer.
Exactly. It defends laziness very well.
I've tried morning workouts before. When I actually do them, I feel amazing after.
Really?
Yeah, more awake, more focused, like I've already achieved something before 9 a.m.
That sounds powerful.
It is, but getting started is the hardest part.
I think that's the problem. The first 5 minutes feel impossible.
Yes, once you start moving, it's okay, but convincing yourself to move?
That's a negotiation.
Maybe the secret isn't a full workout. Maybe it's just stretching.
Oh, I like that. Lower pressure.
Exactly. Instead of saying, I need to exercise for 30 minutes, just say, I'll stretch for 5.
5 minutes feels doable.
And sometimes 5 minutes turns into more.
You know what? Even walking around the house a little helps.
Yes, movement wakes up the body.
I once danced to one song in the morning.
That counts.
It actually made me laugh, and I felt lighter after.
See? It doesn't have to be serious. It can be fun.
I think that's the problem. We make morning routines too strict.
Too perfect.
Too dramatic.
Maybe a good morning routine is just small things. Wake up, drink water, no rushing, eat something simple, move a little.
And forgive yourself if it's not perfect.
Exactly.
You know what I'm realizing?
What?
Mornings aren't about becoming a completely new person. They're just about starting gently.
I like that. Starting gently.
Not fighting the alarm like it's an enemy.
Even though it kind of is.
True.
So, tomorrow morning, what's your plan?
Okay, realistic plan. No phone for the first few minutes. Make coffee, toast, stretch for 5 minutes. That's it.
That sounds balanced.
No superhero routine, just small wins.
I'll try the same. And maybe no biscuit breakfast.
Please retire the biscuit.
It had a good run.
You know what? Even if tomorrow isn't perfect, that's okay.
Yeah, there's always another morning.
Exactly. Another chance to try again.
That's a nice way to end this.
It is.
So, to everyone listening, your morning doesn't have to look perfect.
It just has to be yours.
Start small.
Be kind to yourself.
And maybe don't trust the snooze button.
Especially not the snooze button. If you really enjoyed this conversation, please give this video a like and also subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the notifications so that whenever we upload another video, you will be the first to watch. Also, don't forget to check out another video on this channel to keep improving your English.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm very happy you watched till the end. Please click the subscribe button so you will be part of the family. Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next video.